online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Who said you can't party on a Monday? It is a hot video. I don't know if you guys can see it, but look it up. Priyanka Chopra with Pitbull. And there is a reason why. Oh, the Indian part. Okay, there is a reason why we're playing this, which I will explain to you guys later on. But hello, Quantico fans. Welcome back to AFTERBUZZ TV. I'm your host, Kanika Lal, and I am so excited because I have the full panel with me now. Finally, into episode 4. It is episode 4 called Found. Make sure to follow AFTERBUZZ TV on all social media. Find me on the web at Kanika Lal, and introduce yourselves, guys.
You guys can find me at Nicholas Grava. That's Twitter, that's Instagram, and that is Snapchat.
Hi guys, Candice here. You can find me Candy Buen, CandiBuen. You can find me on Twitter, Snapchat, or Instagram.
Hey, I'm Micheal Andrew. You can find me on Twitter at Micheal_Drew. That's Micheal EAL. And that's all I have because I don't do Snapchat.
Oh,
maybe I think I'm too good. Maybe I think I'm too good for Snapchat. No, I'm playing.
Maybe you're wrong.
Alright guys, the sexy music is over.
Right.
This is an intense episode. All of you guys were tweeting at us to see when we would be on, and you really wanted to talk about. So it actually was. Yeah, that's actually a good point.
It was.
A lot of crying
sexy,
too.
so it does.
Very sexy for Man Crush Monday.
Yes, thank you, Candice. That's gonna be a thing, Man Crush Monday.
Yes.
Alright, so let's get into it. Let's get into episode 4. Okay, we're gonna go with first. Let's talk about the timeline in New York.
Okay.
Okay, taking place in the future. So the reason why I should play the exotic song was because headlines were everywhere on Priyanka Chopra. Sorry, Alex Parrish.
Yeah, sorry.
On the New York Post, calling her Jihadi Jane. Calling her... Wait, this is the best one. Calling her Bomb Bae. That's Bae with a B-A-E. Now,
that's how they would do it though in real life.
Yeah,
that's actually what I was thinking.
Very relevant.
I'm really happy you said that because the creator himself was going back and forth with Priyanka and saying like they were just cracking up about this. Like this is exactly what the New York Post would do.
They would.
Yeah.
You know? So I thought in that picture on the magazine is the picture from this music video. That's why I played this song.
It's like,
so it's funny.
But where would she? She had like a glamour shot.
Yeah, like
I found that weird.
I found that weird for picture selection that they would use. I also think it's a great example of what the media will do with just whatever they're fed, whatever like they are getting, they're gonna and then you see everyone eating it up as they start to read it, and that's really how our society functions.
Well, I'm surprised how they used that photo opposed to like a photo from her at the FBI Academy. Had to be.
Yeah, and you know how they usually tend to, depending on who's the villain, they usually. The picture that they put out is usually direct towards their narrative.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So putting out a picture of her like in all her beauty, like this person's a terrorist. Like her lips looking thick.
Kind of goes against the image that they're portraying, which I think is opposite of what we would see in real life.
If we see her, if this happened in real life, I would never think she was a terrorist.
I know.
I just think that she was a model.
Like, this supermodel's terrorizing people?
Yeah.
Terrorize me.
Damn!
All right. Well, moving on from that.
Yeah.
I think it was, I don't know what they plan to do there. I think it was just for fun and to really just make a pun on the media because like Nicholas said, it's exactly how our society works.
And it made us YouTube her, it was probably just promo for
You
her
think
video.
it was like a sly promo?
Well, the video came out a while ago, but maybe it's a promo for her music. Yeah, who knows?
I had no idea she even sings.
Yeah, there you go.
Now we know she sings.
Now you know.
That's from a song with Pitbull, right?
Yeah.
Driving up the views.
Jeez.
And she
looks really good in that video too.
Yeah.
She's wearing a bikini the whole video. People, just YouTube that. She's wearing a bikini the whole video.
They use the picture.
I'm surprised they use. I really am so surprised they would use that photo.
Too.
Yeah.
I think the creator likes to have fun with her. Well, moving on from that, let's talk about. Okay, so we have Alex and Shelby. And of course, we're starting to get the sense that Shelby is
got on my
believing
damn nerves
Alex.
this episode.
She did.
Shelby
Why?
was getting on my
why?
Well,
Sure.
In that part on the New York City timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Why she was so anti Alex that it was just getting on. I guess we don't know what happened really in the past between them because we still haven't gotten there yet. So I'm guessing it has something to do with that. But if they don't show that to me soon, I just don't understand why she's being so.
But we did kind of see
anti her.
Yeah, but we did kind of see in the end though she kind of like transformed, saying, you know what, I still have issues with her, but I don't think she's guilty. So it's kind of just seeing Shelby is softening up. But yes, Michael, you're right. We do need to realize why there is tension in the first place. So I don't think they're going to hide that from us very long.
Something had to have happened to make her be, because she was really just like, well, you're gonna go. They're gonna find you soon, and she was like, I didn't do this. Oh yeah, you're gonna go to jail. But she was being really antagonistic. I'm like, man, she didn't do it.
I feel like for me, once Shelby starts to actually sort of help her out, I feel like that's sufficient enough for me to get that info and be like, okay, finally she's going on her loyalty. We're kind of off that. If she was still 100% against her, then I'd be the same way, being like, okay, what's the deal here? I can't buy into this unless I have some sort of information.
I mean, 3/4 of the episode she was like that.
Well, she's in it now because she technically lied. She didn't tell them all of what happened at the end of the episode when they're interrogating her. So and so she gained some points back with me. She's not on
I agree.
Me too.
My list anymore.
It's nice because we have 3 people on Alex's side, which she needs.
Yeah,
and it happens to be her coworkers from Quantico days. So Priyanka, I keep calling her Priyanka now. Alex decides to go on an anonymous forum, right? And I think the creator said that was inspired by the Ashley Madison hack and hacks that really do happen right now, because nowadays the public are the people who are investigating into crimes. So that was like the best bet for her to go on the internet. So what would you guys? What was that
Very
whole
smart
anonymous user? Yeah, right.
I initially, stupidly, I'll admit it, I was just like, why don't you just put it on YouTube? Why don't you just self-record a confession, put it on YouTube?
Right.
But they would be able to trace her. YouTube could probably take it down because it's a terrorist thing, blah, blah, blah. So I liked it. I thought it was a cool way for her to do it. And then the moment she met with them, they just immediately start interrogating her. And I like the fact that they were just like, we're not just going to back you up because you called us. We need to make sure you're really not a terrorist. Like, we have to believe you. So I like that.
I also think it's pretty realistic of what somebody, these little groups, or they exist. This is even with it's a little bit different, but with like the whole Edward Snowden thing, and when he sort of revealed his information, it's done the same way. And I thought the same thing. I'm like, why can't she just do this herself? Put it on YouTube. But no, you're right. They have the government has complete access to that, so she had to go this route.
No, I think it was very smart of her because it showed the public, that she is being framed, and it let them think of it in a different aspect. So
if you guys were to be watching this video, in real life, you were to see something like this, what is your first reaction or your first thing? I don't know that I would immediately think, if I see the media calling someone guilty, I may buy into the media and be like, this is good. I don't know if this video is going to change my mind.
It depends on if you're like a conspiracy theorist or not. Because some people are just they're just contrarians for the sake of being contrarians. Like, they say she
yeah, that's
but
true.
You know it was an inside job. You know how it is.
But it's like the facts. You want to.
Yeah, the facts.
But how do we get the facts?
But in the media,
what the news tells us, we don't know if the news is telling the truth.
It's not 100% true.
Yeah.
Sure.
But in real life, though, have we ever seen a video like that being made by someone accused? It's like a very different way of giving yourself credit. So,
Snowden should have done
that.
Right.
And let's talk about that video for a little bit. I mean, first, before they put her on video, they interrogate her about taking a year off to travel to Pakistan and backpacking and Iran. And who was this Amir? I'm sorry, I forgot his last name, but Amir. And immediately she looked up. So there are some facts that they didn't answer when they were interrogating her. And that bothered me a little bit because they trusted her. They trust her, obviously, but they just kind of left off in the end. So it made me question... There's a little bit more to her story that's making me question what they were referring to.
I haven't been thinking about the backpacking until this episode, and now it's like it's really starting to look like it's a central part of the story. Something went down, and I think that's probably what's driving. Maybe that's what's making her get framed. What's causing someone to frame her? It has it's a big piece to the puzzle,
right?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, definitely we'll find out along the way.
I just feel like, and you kind of touched upon this earlier, some of this does bother me with the constant like every episode I don't get all the answers that I want. Now, does that make a show great? Sometimes. Yeah. But at other times I feel like it can really draw out a show, and I can be sitting there being like, okay, I have to tune in on not, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, yes, I'm going to watch next week, but give me a little bit of fulfillment.
I think that's why they had a lot of sex this episode.
They were like, I'm going to appease y'all with this.
Yeah, there's a lot of sex going on.
There was a lot of sex.
We talked about that last week, because remember I said Joshua himself was like, I don't want to reveal too much, like keep hidden too many things, but you didn't actually agree with that.
I feel like he is keeping a lot of things hidden.
That's actually a good point that, you know, to bring up. Do you guys think that the creator is withholding too much, or has he revealed a lot already in episode 4? Let us know your thoughts.
I think there's so many storylines. It's almost impossible to give everything. Yeah. So we happen to have like Shelby. Like, will we ever get that storyline of what happened for? Probably, but
right now,
that'll be soon.
Shelby, I care less about. As opposed to everyone's storyline, her storyline, I care the less about.
They might too. Really? It's probably the least important to them too.
I mean, I really don't care about her right now.
Yeah.
It's not really, it's not really a
front burner. It's not like a front burner guy.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's talk about that video. Pretty much, the FBI knew that she was going to be put on the video, and they would just need 5 minutes before tracking down her.
Was that video even 5 minutes?
No.
It actually, I don't think they showed us the whole 5 minutes.
So what they showed us was not the whole video.
They showed the important lines.
Wait, but if it was 5 minutes and they knew that, I would have assumed that they would have texted her like, "We know what you're doing," to give her like a heads up. Or do they not have her contact number anymore? Like,
that's true. Why didn't...
That was the only iffy part about why no one was stopping the FBI from her doing this video.
No, like why Ryan didn't...
That's what I mean.
Give her the heads up.
That's what I mean, Ryan and Simon. But she obviously knew. I think that could have been a missing plot hole. But
do you think is that something that's there for a reason? Like, is that to make us now question where their alliance is, or to question anything like that?
No, I think that was actually a loophole. I genuinely think, because they wanted to show that she can do it herself. Because in the end, Alex was like, "It's okay if they caught me because look where I am."
Yeah.
So let's first.
Which is good. I like that. I like the fact that she had a
backup
plan. I like that. I like when she has a lot of plans upon plans upon plans. Yeah. It's very Batman-y. It's very Sherlock Holmes. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if she's the best student, if this is an FBI thing where she's a spy and she's smart, I want her to be able. I want them to show her even outthinking the audience,
utilizing those skills. Yeah,
like, and then where something happens, you're just like, oh, she's so smart. Like, let us remind us how smart she is.
That's why.
Don't give us just a generic like, whoa, I did that and boom. Like, oh, I don't give us show us why she's smart.
I feel like they show it to us in like when they flash back to the past when they're at Quantico. Yeah. But I agree with you. I would like to see it in the New York timeline. Yeah. That is really intriguing to see. Like, oh wow, she's so clever. Yeah, like, oh my gosh.
Exactly.
It kind of is. I tune in for those reasons too. Yeah.
That's why my predictions earlier. I'm hoping that she knows more than what she's leading us on to.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping, because that would make for big twist to the show. Also, but that video, let's talk about what she said in the video, though.
Yeah.
Like she was talking about, of course, they would frame the brown girl.
Which I liked. I liked the fact that she said what it was, that they framed the brown girl. I'm glad they didn't hark on the whole race thing, but she brought it up in a way that's the truth. That's what you would think. Like, you know what? It's a race thing. I'm the easiest person. You see my skin color, and you automatically think I'm gonna be the terrorist. Jihadi Jane.
Bombay. She brought up a good point, though. Like, in this country, you shoot first, then ask questions later. And it's actually, she made up a good point of what's happening.
Very relevant.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah. But if she got too anti, like, in this country we do things wrong, that does, like, it's gonna be very easy to read that and to listen to that and say, oh, so that's why you wanted to bomb us. You know what I mean?
That's also very true. It can be twisted. All her words can be twisted.
I think she did a great job with this speech, because she had to be very careful with choosing her words, and she did a great job.
Exactly.
Can you imagine if at the end of the show they come back on us and like she is guilty, and this whole time we watch this whole show tracking back?
I think that would be awesome.
It would be
awesome.
No,
that would be the worst thing in the world. I would literally make a Twitter account to hate on that specifically.
I mean, it would be shocking. Like, you wouldn't in this culture of shock shows, like every show.
It would not be shocking. It would be time waste. I'd be like, well, then why did I watch the show?
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
Waste my time.
It's to solve a puzzle and
don't be like, oh, actually, there was no puzzle.
Or maybe she's a terrorist without even knowing she's a terrorist.
What you mean? What the hell? Inception terrorist. Yeah. Oh my god.
So they track her down, and she happens to be in a mosque because it's Ramadan. So obviously they thought she was.
I like that. Very smart.
Very clever.
There you go.
Smart.
There's a smart.
Yeah, exactly. That was the point. So then the FBI were impressed by her cleverness, of course, and.
Oh, we were.
I think they're just more frustrated. Like, God dang it.
Well, impressed in the way, like, they're so frustratedly impressed, you know. At least Liam was. And then they meet with, I forgot his name on the episode, but apparently he has close ties with the FBI.
Oh, the head of the mosque?
I guess the head of the mosque. Yeah. But everyone had to evacuate pretty much because the FBI came and the whole press came.
I know once the press came, they kind of like.
What'd you guys think of that scene?
I thought it was cool.
All the women coming out and in their head garb and burqas, and then they don't know which one is Alex.
I was getting stressed out. I was like, oh, like,
right?
Yeah, they did it with the music. They did a really good job. Like dun dun dun. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you got me. I like how they showed Ryan Booth's face.
Yeah.
How when they're walking, he after a few minutes of them getting away, he had this smirk like
of like he knew.
Yeah.
Him and Simon.
It's like they made it.
This is a smart idea.
Exactly.
I like that. I thought that was cool.
Very smart. So she does escape. I guess they take her to some hotel room, but they give her fake identifications, so we don't know what she's or in fake passport.
They give her like a survival pack.
Yeah. Like a go kit or whatever.
And we don't know what she's gonna do with that. But they have a nice ending. Like if she needs them again, we'll definitely be here. And I want to make a note before we go into the Quantico timeline that the creator also said that they're not sure they're gonna really be using these anonymous investigators that much in the storyline. They're not that pivotal, but we don't know.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I feel like they put them in to as like a fail safe, so just in case she needs weapons, like she ended up calling people and she got weapons, just
she's
so
got a resource.
Yeah, so they don't have to keep re-explaining how'd you get a gun, how'd you get that, even though it'd probably be cooler, but they just it's kind of like I guess an ex machina where she has all the everything's at her hands, So
I think also again. This parallel, I think this episode is sort of like the peak of what we'll see from them and what they're doing for her. But I also see, again, in this episode where the flashback to now parallels with, okay, now she has a fake identity that she can live under, and also they're at Quantico working on undercover stuff.
I was just always parallels. Say that. Thank you so much, Nicholas, for bringing back the
I am just so ahead of the game. I get it. Wow. Sorry.
So, yes,
well done.
That was a full circle, bringing it back now to the Quantico timeline of when they were having a task to go undercover, of having a night off, so to speak. I guess it shows them all kind of stressed out and tired, and Miranda's like, oh, well, good news. We have this new task for you. So, we also, before we get into that, though, we also get some sexual tension between Caleb and Shelby in the beginning, which we'll get into that hot sexual scene if you guys know what's hot or not. I thought it was a little bit too rushed, but...
Between the twins.
They're not. Why are you going to keep saying that? I think they are beautiful.
That brother-sisterly love, I love it.
Do you think they look like brother and sister?
What? Caleb and Shelby.
I think they look like twins. They both had I think that when you saw them together the first time, I was just like, are they related? To me, that's how it came off.
I think they're a cute couple, but I prefer a team like Ryan and Alex. I think like they're my number one.
I don't like them.
I love them together. I want more sex scenes.
I think I feel like we're gonna get that.
And I wanted to be a little slower. I was, like, come on.
I mean, Shelby's relationship with Caleb, I just don't buy it. I think there's something like Caleb's, I don't know, there's something there. It's not
sexual frustration
real.
what they're doing. Like it's
not
angry sex.
I thought it was predictable.
Yeah.
As soon as they're arguing, I'm like, okay, so they're just gonna argue, and then they're gonna get so mad they're just.
You did not think that. And I know what's happening next episode. Sex on the brain.
100%, because that's how predictable it was. Because you've seen that trope in television before. Like, or like, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you.
And then they're like, up, that's okay.
Pretty much. It's
exactly what happened. You're just like, come on. And he's like, what are we waiting for? They just start ripping each other's clothes off. I'm like, come on.
I was like, wow, steamy,
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of and I get vilified in the chat room for this, but I'm not a big fan of the super melodrama when they get too into it. I just didn't like that sex scene. I wasn't too a fan of. Well, I thought it was rushed.
When you say melodrama, like what do you mean? Like give me an example of some part of it that you're like, no, I wish they would do without this and add more of this.
I feel like it's too soapy at some point.
Okay. I thought that way about Revenge. I watched first season of Revenge, and I was like, this is turning into a soap opera, and I stopped watching.
I mean, it's just considering the fact that it's, man, people listening to this are going to be upset at me. It's okay.
Good.
Bring
Fuel the
me.
fire.
Give it to me. No, but it's like it's just too soapy. Like sometimes they're just so like so melodramatic. I love
You saying it's bad acting?
No, I think.
Wow, y'all, did you just hear that?
No, I think.
What's your Twitter again?
I think the acting's great. I think it's too much because it's an FBI show and it's a show about terrorism. I think and I'm not anti-melodrama. I just think it should be a little more balanced.
I thought it did. I think it does have a balance. Candice, you can also weigh in on this. I think it does actually have a healthy balance of like action and seriousness and sexiness. But I only like the sexual tension between Ryan and Alex. I think that's played out very well, very naturally and slowly. And I feel like they had to just.
At me? You're telling me.
No, I'm telling both of you.
You were the one that went against it.
No, I'm not.
I think.
Wait, guys, for a second. No one's arguing. I'm just giving my opinions right now.
Mm-hmm.
No one's arguing with you. I agree with you, Michael, in the sense that I think they just threw in Caleb and Shelby just to have another couple. Like having a sexual tension between them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I feel like, can you just have, and then also Simon and Nima come along. But I feel like I actually like Simon and Nima together because there's like, it's well played out. It's a natural progression as well as Ryan.
I'm worried how he's going to continue with that relationship because it'll blow his cover because he's...
We'll get into that, but Simon now is Simon's now open about it that he's not gay. He came out that he's not gay.
Which we called episode 1, right? We all said it?
Pretty much. We also get that Caleb is, in the beginning, he gets a warning that he's been going to the gun range a couple times.
Yeah, he's still a douche.
Well, he still wants to. He doesn't want to be an analyst.
Well, who do you guys think sold him out? If it wasn't Shelby,
she was the only one that they showed us.
Yeah, it could be her.
No, I think they figured it out. I don't think I don't think she sold him out.
Okay, but here's my thing. This is one of those things where I'm like, does it need to be like? How is that forward? I guess maybe we'll see, but how is that pushing the storyline forward? Him at a gun range and finding out.
Because later on, we get his like big reveal. Well, not a big reveal, but him and Mark, his alter identity, Mark
his Facebook.
Raymond.
Or something that we saw. Remember, he was on it was like episode 2, and he was on.
And in the end...
He used it today, too. I'm sorry.
I don't want to jump ahead. I don't want to get too disorganized. But in the end, they do say that Caleb was one of the people in the Grand Central bombing. Remember, he was on the list.
This is true.
And they were like, whoa.
Everyone was shocked.
So we'll get into that.
And this season, like, because everybody, you see a piece of them, and they're very, like, genuine. But he's the only one that I'm kind of, like, fuzzy about. You can't really weigh in too deeply into him, if you know.
I know.
That makes sense.
No, it totally does. It totally does. Yeah. So let's get them in the scene on the night out, and they're all looking dressed up. What do you guys think?
They're all looking hot.
They're all looking sexy,
They
right?
looked good. They looked good.
Totally.
I'm glad they threw in some sex scenes, because they all look pretty good.
Who do you think was really good at being, like, undercover? Because you know how they all had to do a test first at the FBI, then they went to the party? Who do you think was, like, pretty convincing?
I think Simon. I think Simon's the best at all of that stuff.
Really?
Yeah, he's the best liar.
Oh, interesting. What about
Alex?
Interesting.
I agree. I think Simon, and also because we've seen him in every other episode already putting on a front and a fake identity, that I buy it.
Can't we give Nima and Raina credit? I mean, they were amazing at not only giving themselves undercover, but making filling their twin on in the undercover.
Okay, true.
First of all,
that's double the work.
Not only are they being undercover, they're being undercover about being twins, and then they're being undercover about being there for Miranda.
You're right.
They're like triple cover, hun. Okay.
Like quadruple, triple.
They do such a good job. I don't even realize it. That's why.
I like that part. How they kept every time after every hour they kept interacting in the bedroom and dropping off knowledge. So every time they would switch up. There'd be like a quick 10, not even 10 seconds, like 5 seconds of information exchange.
Think of how easy it would be to mess that up.
So you're right. I take it back. They did the best.
Mm-hmm. So besides getting the night out, we also get Simon and Elias confrontation. So Simon pretty much tells Max, the guy we see in the very beginning on the pilot, to come all the way on a train and meet me. And this Max guy is being a little bit too desperate, maybe?
Yeah.
I feel bad. He's a cute guy. Yeah, but like...
The Simon storyline... I mean, I don't want to get too far ahead because this is the very end, but...
No, this is...
Oh, we're going to talk about Simon, the whole thing of Simon right now?
We're almost done with the episode.
Okay, all right. So, all right. So Simon... the whole Simon part with... what's the other fellow's name who's trying to...
Elias.
And Elias. When he figures out that Simon is always lying, and that's why he wants to turn him in, or to get him out. I find that that kind of went over my head, because he's like, you're in the FBI. He's the best at having a dual identity. Right. Doesn't that make him a phenomenal agent? And at the very end, he opens up, and he actually shows himself to be super, super vulnerable, and to be kind of have like a mental issue. And then after he shows him that he has a mental issue, then he's just like, okay, you should stay. I'm like, so when he's a great agent, you want to turn him in, but when he shows you that he's mentally unstable, you want him to stay.
I think it's a little bit of vulnerability that he got touched by.
But like, if you're an agent and you're showing vulnerability,
it's not good. Yeah.
That's like, if you're going to turn the guy in, it should be because you don't think he can mentally take it, not because he's a phenomenal liar and a phenomenal double agent. Like, that's the job.
I feel like if I was to guess on this, I think it has a lot to do with before he didn't have all the answers. So when Elias would think he's like leaving these two lies, he's questioning on whether it's a negative thing or if he is, good guy, bad guy type of thing. Now he shows his vulnerability and he trusts him and like, okay, I see what you're doing and I understand why, and now I trust you more on that aspect. Mm-hmm. Instead of questioning like, are you a traitor? Why are you doing this? What's happening?
Well, it's like, because when he figures him out and he tells him like, hey, you're not even gay. Your glasses aren't real. You even drink coffee. You lied about all of this. Yeah. And he's just like, yeah, he's a good agent, dude. Everyone fell for it. That's why he should be an FBI agent. And then when he finally opens up, it's like, he just sounds completely mentally unstable when he breaks down to him. And after that completely mentally unstable breakdown, that's when he says, okay, you should be
that is a little nice.
That didn't make sense to me.
Do you think Elias feels sympathetic at all for Simon? That like Elias can feel. I mean, Candice, like, what do you think? Like,
I'm curious.
I think since he opened up to him, he kind of, he felt formal. He felt a little bit of empathy.
He was like, you're telling the truth finally. I don't, like you're revealing who you are.
And with Elias in this episode, can we touch base how he made the most of that night? How he actually hooked up with Simon's date? Did you ever hear that comment?
Did he though?
Yeah, he made a comment and he towards the end of the scene.
What did he say exactly?
He said something
interesting.
Good. I forget what it was, but it was like a sly remark under the.
Dude, when he went inside Max's room, for like, it sense attention, but he was like all over him and being kind of creepy at the same time. But he got what he wanted. But
I was thinking they hooked up too. He said he mentioned something. He was like, well, I actually just hooked up with a guy right now. He said something.
In that, which gave us.
I'm glad you guys got that. That's funny.
Good ears. Missed that one completely.
Maybe they just wanted to kind of get rid of the whole Elias Simon tension.
Well, thank God I was over it.
Yeah, I think I was over it too.
Although
now we know.
With this show, everything I see, like even when we get this answer and this seems like it's over, I'm still questioning like, is it all true? Was everything he said was true? Was everything? I don't know. I never know.
I also have to tell you guys one more thing.
Go ahead, tell me.
The creator did say, which I don't think you're really fine with the creator.
I don't like this dude. Unless you want to gas me. I don't like him. My God.
No, but we need to have Joshua in to talk to
Yes,
talk
you're
about
right. Genius. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. Yeah.
But pretty much he said that in this episode and in future episodes, if someone is saying I'm telling you the truth, they actually are telling the truth. It might not be the whole truth, but they are telling the truth.
I like that. I can appreciate that.
So, yeah. So just letting you know, Simon is telling the truth. Even though Simon didn't say I'm not gay, he just goes, I'm not, ... But obviously we know because Nima is starting to feel for Simon and she opens up to her twin about that. And in the end we see Simon asking, or like Nima asking Simon to like take a walk.
I'm looking forward to seeing this little love story.
I'm excited. And then Elias like I guess he gives his approval from afar. Yeah. So
thanks, Elias.
Another storyline I want to talk about is Miranda and Liam O'Connor.
Mm-hmm. I loved it when Miranda was speaking to the twins during the night out at the gala, and when she went in and told them like, this is what I need from you, and she was snapping. She went full on boss. I thought that was a phenomenal scene. That's that's the first time I saw her really show executive, as opposed to just everyone else just talking. Right. That's the first time that she like showed like being a chief, and I was like, oh wow, she's got levels.
Totally. She's a lot of levels in her life. With her son now, being released to the community, he's on parole, which she's not very happy about. And Miranda and Liam having a conversation over drinks. That's the place apparently where they or when they were married, they would have drinks there.
So apparently they had an affair together. Is that what it is?
No, they were married.
No. They were both married, and they said they were going to leave their spouses, and she did, and he never did.
Yeah. For each other.
For each other, yeah.
Yeah, they were
Sorry,
having an affair
I missed that
together.
part.
Yeah.
Which really gives us so much insight into their relationship in the past and what we've seen of them, because that's another one. I'm like, I want to know more about you two.
Exactly. But Liam tells Miranda why they're on Alex's case, and Miranda believes him and tells Ryan Booth in the end, hey, keep up with what your mission is. What do you guys think of that?
Well, I mean,
because later on she rescued her in the New York timeline.
She probably believed him, and then she came to her senses, and that's why she helped.
What do you think Liam told Miranda in that conversation?
I don't know.
I want to know.
I don't even have a theory on that, but I don't know. But I think that's why she's so pro helping Alex in the New York timeline, because she believed Liam, and something happens where she's like, I trusted you, you played me, so now she's fully on Alex's
She
side.
almost feels guilty, you think about it, so she has to repay. That makes a lot of sense.
Remember when she went to the bathroom to talk to her mother?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, making sense.
Oh my god.
The puzzle's coming together, guys.
But finally. I don't know. Maybe Miranda has something up her sleeve too. I don't know.
What do you think? You think?
I had a small inkling in the very beginning, but we'll see. And then, what do you guys think of the Ryan and Alex scene in the hotel room?
I don't like how they kept. It was weird because they flashed back and it was past and present.
I love
really
that.
Weird.
They were like having a conversation, and then she started taking off her clothes. Having a conversation, she was taking off her clothes.
I'm like, we want to see it all. Just
guys, who agrees with me? It was like really building up to something, but it was so short.
Yeah. Well, they can't show the whole. It's still ABC. They
That's
can't show the whole sex.
But it's at 10 o'clock.
Like corny people.
I know.
I'm just joking.
Give us 15 minutes, pure passion. 15 minutes, all of it. It's an HBO. But I mean, it was good. It was a cool scene. It was alright.
It was a cool.
That's a little underrated. It was better than it was a cool scene. I thought it was a really good scene. I don't think it was like this good. Like,
wait, what I don't understand, going back to that, it was Shelby and Caleb. Weren't they being watched? Didn't they, like, by supervisors? If somebody blew their cover, they were out. So don't you think somebody was watching them, like, oh, they're hooking up in a closet or another room?
Well, Caleb left her in the bedroom the next morning. She woke up alone. He was like, peace, going out on the bus, and then she missed her bus. Remember?
Yeah.
Yep, and it worked. Because what happened afterwards? They went to the car to hook up.
And then they were like, meet you in the car in 10 minutes? Yeah.
Girls like that, fellas. Pay attention.
See, that's why I don't feel their relationship is authentic. It just doesn't feel right to me.
Do you think
it feels forced?
I could see that. And we're all saying it's forced, and that's why we don't like it, but maybe that is exactly what's written in there, and that's what I wonder what it would be, though.
Well, let me tell you something.
Maybe they are brother and sister.
Oh, well.
I'm kidding.
No,
I thought you were serious.
No, like, oh, okay. But, I mean, what difference does it make to me? But the point is that Caleb looks on his phone, and he obviously texts something about Mark.
Yeah.
Right? So that was sketchy. And then when we get the New York timeline, we get Ryan, I'm sorry, who was it again? But we get Ryan and Simon and Alex and Shelby, all four of them looking at the phone about who was at the Grand Central bombing.
Yeah, it's
the three of them.
It's the three. It's Shelby,
so
Ryan,
we get Shelby's face saying, Caleb, Haas. So obviously it seems like they weren't talking for a while. So obviously the relationship doesn't last.
Well, clearly.
But there is a shock now as to Caleb. There's something going up with him and Mark and everything.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much this episode.
He's my biggest wild card, I think, right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's the.
Should we get into some predictions?
Well, hold on.
Hold on.
I don't know. Showing that Ryan hooked up with Alex, now it makes it even crazier because Ryan ends up with her rival.
What, Natalie?
Yeah. They're dating. Like, they're together in
don't
New
like
York
her?
timeline.
Yeah, but I think that just could be a facade because, you know.
No, I mean, like,
no, there's something there, I
They're
think.
dating.
Fine.
They're boyfriend and girlfriend. Like,
whatever.
He was
I think they're going to break up.
But I know, but something that
She ships him and Alex too
much. No, because Alex and Ryan hooked up, and then after the hookup, he still ends up dating Natalie.
Right.
So what happens?
Yeah.
I see.
Curious and curious.
We'll totally find out. Just mini.
Will we?
We will. Joshua, help us. So mini news and gossip. Priyanka Chopra has signed on to WME. She moved over from CAA. So William Morris.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
There's also another Indian here wanting to be signed with you guys. Thanks so much. Okay, predictions. Should we do that whole guilty, not guilty thing first?
I like that.
You like that?
That's fun.
Okay, let's do it first.
Yeah. Okay, I don't even know what this is.
You go first.
Okay, no, everyone just say it.
Okay, great.
Okay. Caleb, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Oh,
and it always changes every episode.
Guilty. You mean in terms of, like, you think if
Oh,
they're
just
behind the whole-
overall.
Just overall guilty or not
Good
guilty.
or bad person.
And it's going to go
Okay.
really fast, like
Okay.
firecracker.
For this episode, guilty.
Okay, and I'm going to keep track for you guys. Okay, Miranda.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty, all of us.
Meaning
Okay.
that she's a good person this episode? Is that what that means?
And
Just
overall,
like at this point, do you think she is...
Is playing a part in Alex's...
Yeah.
Okay.
In
okay,
the
I'm
overall
gonna
everything.
say, I'm gonna
Okay.
say,
To be specific.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna say guilty. Okay, obviously, Alex.
You said guilty on her?
Yeah, a
Oh,
little
you're
bit.
wrong. Good
Okay.
going.
I could be wrong. Alex.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Guilty.
Oh,
And I'm
interesting.
wasting my time on this show.
Okay, obviously, we're all not,
Yeah.
not guilty. Okay, Ryan Booth.
Not guilty. Oh, so wherever...
Simon.
Okay.
Not guilty.
Guilty. I think something shady.
Nah.
No, okay, not
Not-
with the overall
not
thing, but I do
guilty.
think he's a shady motherfucker.
Okay. Who's next? Shelby.
Not guilty.
Guilty.
You both think guilty?
Yeah, someone's
Oh, you both think guilty.
You said you were like done with her at the beginning. You're like, I don't know, we've seen
but
it.
that's why I think that she's so boring. She's got to have something to do with the bad stuff.
What about Natalie?
Okay, and
I can almost jump on board with that.
okay, Liam O'Connor.
God,
Guilty.
Guilty.
Absolutely.
Oh, really?
Clearly.
Yeah.
You think no?
I think it's to be too obvious if he was guilty.
I think he framed her with
We
Natalie.
didn't see Clayton though. Okay, you want to predict Natalie? She was so small in me, but maybe that's a good reason.
Maybe that's why. Yeah, because they don't want
So
to.
you guys think all guilty or Natalie?
I think she's not guilty.
Okay, one thinks not guilty.
I'll
What about
think
you
guilty.
guys?
It's
You
too
think
obvious
guilty?
that she's
Okay.
guilty.
It's obvious that everyone at this point. It's like Shelby, obvious. I don't know.
I wanted to keep track from our predictions last week, but I'll do that next time. I think I have all the characters right.
You know what I wonder? Oh wait, are we done with the guilty, not guilty?
Oh,
Sorry.
Elias.
Elias.
Not
And,
guilty.
Annoying.
And
and
the twins. The twins, huh?
Annoying.
Elias guilty, twins not guilty. One of the
You
two,
think
one-
Elias
I think
guilty.
one twin
Okay.
guilty,
Elias
the other
not
twin not
guilty.
guilty.
50-50.
You think one of the twins is like turned
Mm.
during?
50-50, yeah.
I can buy
Okay.
into that. That's a great one.
All right. Well, I'm going to be keeping tally. All right, let's go into actual predictions.
Okay. All right.
The hell was that?
Who wants to go?
I'm looking at you, Kanika.
I never go first.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Nicholas.
I'm going to predict. I really, really believe that this whole like cat and mouse thing in New York. I feel like it has to end at some point. Either she's gonna leave and it's no longer gonna be like. Are we gonna? Every episode, it's almost been like, are they right out? Is the FBI right out front gonna get her? Or are they not? I think that's an old storyline at this point. If they keep not getting her,
Yeah.
So I guessed it last week. It didn't really happen. Where I said this is gonna come to like a standstill. Finally, they're gonna either have her surrounded and something's gonna work like that. I think everything just needs to come to a head at some point with that. So I'm gonna predict that, but I also don't think it's ever gonna happen. But I want it to happen. Does that make any sense?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't to you?
Oh,
Okay.
no, it does. It makes perfect sense.
I agree.
Thank you.
I do.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Clearly, we pulled the same thing from this episode. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
We
good
are
to
correct.
predict, and every week it's probably going to change.
Yeah.
But this week I think it is Natalie
I could see that.
with Liam, and I think Caleb could be part of it as well. And that's why Ryan is with Natalie, because he was on tour. And he's only
Whoa,
with them.
that's
Wow.
that's a good one.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a
And let us know what you think,
good.
guys.
Well, you know, that was pretty good.
Oh, steamy over
That
here.
was pretty good. Girl, boy, I'm about to. Dang, you did it. That was so good. Dang. No, that was really good. What's the guy who's bothering Simon?
Elias.
Yeah, I think Elias and what I just said before, Elias and the one of the twins. I can't pinpoint which twin yet, but one of the
I think it's the
Elias
twin that's not good right now. The one that keeps like being.
Wasn't that too easy?
Well, I don't know, you guys. You could say that about everything,
I think
but if it's the
Elias
good one, that's too
and one of the
easy.
twins are involved with it. You know, maybe Miranda's involved with it.
Thank you.
No,
No
you
way.
guys. Do you know how upset? I would
Because
be?
that could be why she has the double agents.
Yeah.
That's also true. We don't have
And
that
her
answer
son
yet.
involved in a terrorist attack.
Well, her son did that.
Well, still, it's
That's why she
I'm
doesn't
gonna
want him out of
go
jail.
Elias and one of the twins. That's what I got right now.
Did you take out Miranda, or are you keeping her in
No,
there?
no Miranda. I was just
Okay,
this
thank
theory,
you.
but no
You
Miranda.
just talk.
Not
You
enough.
feel in the water.
Not enough. Not enough.
Okay, so Alex has these fake passports. I feel like she's gonna make an escape. I feel like she either knows who actually did bomb or she has a strong feeling, and she's gonna either go to Pakistan or India and trace down these guys or girls that she knows could have possibly involved, but she doesn't want to give too much information because she's probably friends with them. You know what I mean? So I feel like she's gonna make a big escape plan to come face to face with someone she might think or someone who might knows who did it.
Okay.
and try to like help her get out of this framing. That's like one inkling I had. Again, it's still that strong inkling like Alex is totally having more information on us than we know. And I think her mom has a bigger role than we expect, because slowly her mom is trickling in, and the mom knows she's already in the school, you know, enrolled in Quantico. I still believe, have a small inkling Miranda could have something to do with this. But I think it's too easy to predict, like Caleb or Liam.
How many episodes?
But I think that Deputy Clayton has a much bigger role
10 or
too.
13.
I'll check right now.
Is it a 22 episode season or?
It's a full season order, so I think it's 23 or 20.
They've only have 19 listed, but that could be.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right. So.
And Clayton, he's definitely guilty. He's going to be popping up and being a stronger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys think, this is a random question, and you guys can say in the comments below, when they started this show or created the show, this is really quick, do you guys think they knew at the beginning, or do you think as they're going week by week, things are changing, people are changing, or do you think they knew whole storyline done of like who did what and who's guilty?
I think the writers are constantly changing stuff up.
Yeah, that's what I think. You think they know definitive done deal?
I think they know.
I hope they know.
I think it depends on the chemistry and the characters and the storylines and what's getting more hits and what's,
like what audience members are liking.
That's what makes a writer a writer, like being able to keep the secrets and use their creativity to know what happens in the end, but keep the suspense along. Like I was gonna bring up Wayward Pines just because they did a brilliant job. If you guys have seen that on Fox,
that was a good
of
show.
Knowing what happens in the end, but they know the whole time.
Yeah.
So that was.
But 100%. I think in the beginning of the season, if they said, okay, so and so's the guilty one, like mid-season, 100% they can change it. It's
I think they're
whatever
malleable
what goes
too.
on
They might
in
call
that
it
story.
audible. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think it would be set in stone, but what I do know is that the characters for sure don't know, like the actors themselves, which make it such a challenge to know how to act. You know, I think that's genius.
Or if you're cut.
That's true.
You never know.
What a great episode.
You guys enjoyed all of our insights, opinions, arguments, agreements. It's all been a ride, and it's going to continue to be a ride. So thank you so much for riding along with us. Okay, enough of the ride. I'm your host, Kanika Lal. Make sure to continue to follow AfterBuzz TV on all social media. Actually, you guys introduce close off with your social medias first. Yeah.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. I'm getting really good at it. Candy Buen, CandaeBuen.
Michael Andrew, you can find me on Twitter, Micheal_Drew, Michael EAL.
At Nicholas Grava, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. I'm also like getting really good at it, so give us both the follow.
At Kanika Lal on Twitter and at You Can Have It Lal on Instagram. I mean, on Snapchat too, Kanika Sneak. So if you want, Kanika Sneak. Kanika Sneak. All right, see you guys next week for episode 5.
Yes,
see ya. Peace out.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.